All right. So today I've got a Toro time cutter, zero turn mower, right behind me here. It's the MX 4200, and the guy dropped it off and he's saying he's having trouble with his battery, and said it just runs, it won't hold a charge. You know, sometimes it's when he's out in the middle, you know, somewhere mowing, and it'll just stop. He'll jump start it, run with it for a little while, or sometimes when he cranks it up and tries to engage the blades, it dies. It just, and then poof, that's it. And I'm like, well, let's take a look at it, man. I took a glance and it's like, man, this battery was bought in April of this year, April 2023. And I doubt, well, it could be a bad battery, but from the symptoms he was telling me, I would almost bet it's either the voltage regulator or you know, it's not charging the battery. You know what I mean? So if he completely charges that battery, it'll run for a while, but pretty soon it wears out, right? It could be a day or two. And if he jumps it, it just runs for a little while and then dies. So it sounds like to me it's definitely draining the battery, and I would almost bet that it's the voltage regulator. And sometimes it's not a bad regulator, sometimes it's just a bad connection, right? But we'll take a look at it and see. But well, let's go around here, take a look at this. So you see, here's the voltage regulator. There's the cables coming in here. It's mounted here on the side, and it connects to those, was it the rheostat, you know, that's underneath the flywheel, and that's what charges the battery. Let's take a look. So it's showing 12.19. Should be enough to crank it over, and then I'm going to check it again, and if it's working fine, it should be showing like 13.5 volts or something, 14, coming from the voltage regulator. Yep. Let me get my jumper. Here's the trusty jumper. And looks like it's charged. Yeah, so you can see there, when I first cranked it, well, it was showing 12 point, you know, what was it, 12.2 or something, I forget. I'll look it back up on the video, but basically it wasn't enough to crank it over. Got my jumper out, cranked it up, and then I was monitoring the voltage, and you can see while it was sitting there, it was just slowly going down. And so I try to get a close-up for you, but you see it went from like 12, it was going to 11.99, 11.98, I mean, just slowly draining it down. So we know that it's not recharging that battery. It's not the problem with the battery, it's with the charging solution on it, right? I need to check these cables here and make sure it's a good connection going to this voltage regulator, right? Sometimes it's the ground, but that looks pretty solid, right? But who knows? And I'll check these also. Pop them off and check them out. And these two, there's the cable. Yeah, so we're just going to check these connections first, and hopefully by luck it's just a bad connection somewhere, and then we'll see the jump in the voltage going up to 13 point something. Well, guess what? I started seeing all these magnet pieces all over lining the inside here. Yeah, there's still some there. I should have been taping all this, videoing, but yeah, so there's a bunch of it in here, and it was all in this rheostat. I took all this off, and I'm trying to clean all the junk out of it before I put it back on. And I thought, yeah, I don't know if it's any good or not. Oh, there's one that's bent right here. I wanted to take this off, make sure I get all the magnets off of it, get all the crud out of here, and then I want to take a look at the flywheel. This isn't the magnets usually along this inner side. Yeah, there's still magnet pieces all in this. But that's what was wrong with it. It wasn't the voltage regulator. Worst come to worst, it was these magnets came off. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean all the crap out of here. And I'm going to have to put it back together without fixing it at first. He needs it, and as long as I can quit the damage going on, he's just going to have to charge the battery every night, at least for a few weeks. It's almost the end of the season anyway, but hopefully the rheostat here isn't damaged. I am not sure. This one little pole right here looks like it's kind of bent, but I don't know if it's still good or not. I just wanted to get all the magnets that was wedged down in between, so it won't so it just won't be shorting out, right? All right, well, I got it all back on, and I'm going to check. I'm going to crank it up and see if it still drains like it was. I doubt if it will supply a charge, because there's no magnets left in the flywheel. But as long as I removed all that stuff and keep it from shorting out, well, we'll see what happens. But I'm one-handed here with these, so once I get this cranked up, you'll have to be patient with me. Isn't that something? It was slowly creeping up there. No magnets in there, but apparently it's enough still to generate a current. And it was just inching up there. It's not like it was at 13 something, but you can see the voltage. It was going up 12.9, 9.1, 9.2, you know, 9.3, and it was inching up to 9.4. So, well, all right, I guess that's it for this video. That kind of surprised me when I first looked at it. Well, it's kind of obvious, you know, it's not charging, so I was thinking it was either the voltage regulator or that rheostat in there. And I was hoping for a bad connection. I've seen that before too, the simple way out. But it turns out, you know, once I started looking at it a little closer, I can see where the magnets had just shattered and they were just sticking to different parts on the mower. And when I cleaned it up so that it would resist any further damage, you know. Just clean it up and let them run it, and telling them to just charge your battery until I can get the parts in and stuff. And another surprise, I tested it afterwards after I put everything back together, and it was slowly giving a charge. And the only thing I can figure out on that is that, well, the magnets are on that flywheel and have been there for a long time. So maybe the flywheel, even though there's no magnets left on there, maybe the flywheel still has, maybe the flywheel is still slightly magnetic from being in contact with the poles, with the magnets for so long. Now, I don't know the polarity or anything, but I mean, if it was working great, you'd see a sharp influx of volts, right? It would have been 13, you know, 13 something right away. But this, it slowly built it up. So that's the only thing I can figure out. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble here, so I guess that's it for this video. So as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch my next video.